Honestly, when we first met, we were running out of hope. It was getting tough, and I didn't see a way to have a funnel of customers coming in. Now we're trying to figure out what we're going to do with all the customers, and our problems in life are now how do we deal with all the blessings, which is, well, from an emotional point of view, it's hard to even explain how things have changed in the last couple of years.
And quantifiably, did you say you're up 15 times more leads? Is that a safe number?
Easily,
yes. I'd say at least.
Yes.
If you had to put a number on, Joe, what's the number of increased lead number? Because again, we got people watching this show. They're like, well, what's the ROI going to be? How would you describe the increase in the number of leads?
The phone rings more.
Greg, how would you describe it in terms of you had to quantify the increase in the number of leads?
1,000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
15,000. It's we started out having 1 to 2 a week, and now we have, typically these days, 3, 4, 5 a day, maybe some days even more.
I'm just making sure you get this. If you were going to have, I'm not trying to paint you in a corner, but if you had 1 to 2 a week, let's say you used to have like 8 a month, and now you're getting, the impact that can make on someone's business, folks, I'm just telling you, everyone, I encourage you to marinate on that. Everybody out there can do this. How would you describe the return on investment for the $1,700 a month you pay versus the results that you're getting?
You're almost waiting for the punchline at the end. When you say, I hired a guy at $1,700 a month to build my website and turn my business from 0 to millions for $1,700 a month, and you stop talking, I think they're waiting for the punchline. There isn't one. That is the bargain of the century. I paid that much money to a guy just to write SEO, as he said, before I met you, and the phone never rang. No one ever called. So paid a lot of money for it, but we didn't get anything out of it. So we certainly do here.
So that way, you got to put time into it. Just like anything that you work at, well, whatever it is, you got to put time into it. You can't just expect to put in an hour and, oh, look, I'm a multimillionaire by putting in an hour a week. And it just doesn't work.
Now that we have so many calls coming in, now we're having to refine and whittle our system down as best we can in order to get customers serviced quickly and properly. I don't know that I understood for the first almost year that it is so ridiculously simple what you have to do. Now, I'm not saying in the business, but this portion of getting yourself seen and getting that phone to ring is so simple. Follow the steps you just said, BISM, that's it.
Gosh, man, time flies. I'd say right around 4 or 5 years ago, I just kind of felt like we were stuck and my wheels weren't moving, and I had this goal and I just didn't really know how to get there. So you guys actually helped me with that. I reached out to you guys. We started our relationship. We started our coaching sessions, and you guys helped me build a lot of the systems that we have now. But Clay, had I not actually sat down and took the time and the energy to reach out to you and then set aside time every single week to actually work on the specific goal of scaling Window Ninjas, then it would have never happened, and we wouldn't have it wouldn't have come to fruition like it is today.
Gabe Salinas, welcome on to the Thrivetime Show. How are you, sir?
I am wonderful, Clay. I'm glad to be here with you today.
And just to give people a little context, how long have we worked with you in your business, sir?
A little over 3 years, Clay. We've been together for a little bit of a journey now.
And I think we picked the best of times and the worst of times to work together. It's like right at the peak of the geopolitical craziness. That's when we started working with you. But you've continued to grow. What kind of growth have you seen over these past 3 years? Just so the listeners know that you do have, in fact, a business that can navigate through difficult times.
Well, we have over doubled our business here at Window Ninjas since working with you. I actually went back and looked through our numbers, and I looked at some of our goals that we had set in the original conversation that I had with your team. And we have surpassed my original number that I wanted to hit with you guys. And I was quite shocked at how, I won't say easy, but systematic it was for us to be able to get to where we wanted to be.
So information is key. Making sure you're following the process when it comes to marketing accurately and repetitively is something that we do over here. And we have really, really, really scaled it to the next level. And you know what, Clay? You guys are the ones that taught us that in the beginning. And we have followed through with that for over the past, 4 or 5 years now that we've been working together. We have spent the last 7 years scaling this business, and we have these checklists in place with the help from your team, Clay, and it just creates success for all of our customers, all of our franchisees, me here in my corporate office, all of our call center employees, our accounting department, all of our leadership teams. I mean, it really, really, really solves a lot of problems. And so as opposed to trying to reinvent the wheel, man, just grab a checklist that somebody has already taken the time and the energy to develop for you, use it, and then master it, and then reap the benefits with the revenue that you're going to earn from doing those specific things that are on that checklist.
Most of the best in the world in business or in sports, they have also coaches on the side and mentors on the side. Why? Because they want that 1% of 1% of 1% to get better. But so many times we feel like, well, we don't really need it. Man, I think it is one of the most vital things to our life, to your company, for us as a ministry. We have so many pastors and wise counsel that we go to.
When we look at the life of Solomon and we look at Proverbs, we know that it's one of the wisest men to have ever lived. And when you look at it, he harps and harps and harps over and over again, nearly 30 times in Proverbs, that Solomon mentions the Hebrew word musar, which means instruction, discipline, correction, or teaching. And he's really, I believe, pleading with his sons to be musar driven, to seek instruction, correction, discipline, or teaching. Like, it's over and over and over by one of the wisest men to have ever lived in the book about wisdom, and it's, and it's for us to learn from.
You could be anywhere doing a lot of different things, but you chose to be here.
Some shows don't need a celebrity narrator to introduce the show, but this show does. In a world filled with endless opportunities, why would two men who have built 13 multi-million-dollar businesses altruistically invest 5 hours per day to teach you the best practice business systems and moves that you can use? Because they believe in you, and they have a lot of time on their hands. They started from the bottom, now they're here. It's the Thrivetime show starring the former U.S. Small Business Administration's Entrepreneur of the Year, Clay Clark, and the entrepreneur trapped inside an optometrist's body, Dr. Robert Zillner. 2 men, 8 kids, co-created by 2 different women, 13 multi-million-dollar businesses.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here.
Started from the bottom, now we're at the top, teaching you the systems to get what we got. Colton Dixon's on the hooks, I break down the books. C's bringing some wisdom and the good looks. As the father of 5, that's why I'm alive. So if you see my wife and kids, please tell them hi. It's the CNC up on your radio, and now 3, 2, 1, here we go.
We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, now we're here. We started from the bottom, and we'll show you how to get here. Started from the bottom, now we're here.
Folks, on today's show, we're going to talk about how building a boring business can build an exciting life. What? Yes! How building a boring business can build an exciting life. In fact, if you want to build time freedom and financial freedom, you kind of want your business model to be boring. What? Yeah, you want your business model to be predictable. You want your business model to not have a whole lot of variables. You want your business model to be repeatable and scalable. You don't have to be passionate about the product or service that you deliver. You have to be passionate about wowing your customers and passionate about achieving your goals. Here to talk about it is the founder of WindowNinjas.com. This wonderful man is a man we've had the pleasure of working with for many years. He now has 11 thriving locations. Gabe Salinas, welcome onto the Thrivetime Show. How are you, sir?
I am awesome, Clay. Thanks for having me today.
Now, Gabe, this show in particular, I'm going to send this to a wonderful member of the Thrive Nation, a wonderful woman. And we were just having this conversation about how, you don't have to be passionate about your business model in order to build a vastly successful company. So I've got 3 ideas I want to get into. One, With WindowNinjas.com, you've built the system to be repeatable, profitable, and it wows the customers. I mean, you've built WindowNinjas.com to wow customers, but you actually don't want there to be a lot of variables. Like you don't want to build a business model that keeps you up late at night thinking about and dreaming about window cleaning. Because if your business model did keep you up at night thinking about and dreaming about cleaning windows, you would never get to enjoy time freedom and financial freedom with your wife. And I just want to get your thoughts on this for a second. Why does everybody out there who wants to create time freedom and financial freedom, why do they have to build a boring or AKA repeatable, predictable business model?
Well, if you build a boring, repeatable, predictable business model, then eventually what happens, Clay, is the business doesn't really necessarily need you. I don't know about you, but I don't physically have to come into my building anymore. It pretty much runs without me here. But that's because we built repeatable systems that are dependable and allows me to have the time freedom and financial freedom that I can enjoy because of all the hard work that I produced early on in the business. But yeah, man, I mean, like just in general, I mean, you have leadership teams, you have people like that, your managers, maybe you've got managers that run our call center, managers that run our service crews, things of that nature. I mean, they just follow a checklist, and it's amazing how that stuff just kind of everything just gets done when they follow that checklist, when they follow the systems, when they do everything the way they're supposed to be done. The business just grows and it thrives.
So let's talk about it for a second. So point number one, if you want to create time freedom and financial freedom, you got to build a repeatable, AKA boring business model. You just have to do it. You got to build. Now, point number two, you don't have to be passionate about window cleaning. You don't have to be. In fact, I would recommend you shouldn't be. I would be concerned if you're watching the show and you say, oh my gosh, all I've ever wanted to do since I was a little child is to clean windows. All I can hear is when people are talking to me. I think to myself, I just want to clean that window. I would be concerned about your mental health if you were the kind of person who dreams of cleaning windows as a young child. If all you aspired to do was to clean windows, can you talk about how you can be passionate about your life and passionate about your wife and passionate about your kids and passionate about your employees, but you don't have to have a burning desire to clean windows or to be, to do what you do for a living. Can you talk about that for a minute? Because I think this is very important that people don't have to pursue their passion in order to be their profit center.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, Clay, but I mean, my passion is to go hang out at the beach every single day. I mean, that's passion right there, my friend. I think there's a whole lot of people to be passionate about that one. But yeah, when it comes to cleaning windows, man, I don't know too many people that are really passionate about getting out there and making that squeegee flow across the glass every single day. So, but that's the point, man. It's like business. There's a lot of boring businesses out there in the United States today. There's a lot of boring businesses all over the world, and they all got something in common. It's the guy who started the business, who developed the systems so that he could create a entity that produces revenue for himself, his family, as well as all of his employees, and wow customers and make them happy by having, whatever it is, widget that he produced or service that he produced. And that's the magic about business, man. If you're a business owner, you work hard enough and have enough passion in developing systems and processes and automations for your business so that the business doesn't have to depend on you. I mean, that's literally what the dream is, right? I mean, whether you're cleaning windows or like making that widget like I talked about. But yeah, man, you don't have to be passionate about any of it. You should definitely be passionate about building some systems and some processes in the beginning so that you don't have to worry about having all of the things done by yourself. And I mean, that's the ideal business right there.
I find that a lot of really well-intentioned people believe that, wow, if my business is going to create success for me, I've got to be passionate about it. We've dealt with that. I think a lot of people think that they have to have a brand new revolutionary way of approaching the universe to build a successful business. I think we just talked about that. And the third thing is I think a lot of people really mystify, maybe they overthink what building a big, beautiful business looks like. And what it looks like is checklists, processes, systems, templates, documents. You're building a system that allows other people who are not you to do that which you want to do. And I want to celebrate you, and I want to get into your brain on how you did this. I remember when we first started working with you, you told me, you said, Clay, I really want to franchise my business. I want to make it scalable. You knew exactly where you wanted to go. You said, show me what I need to do. We talked about it, and you basically locked yourself into a room, if I remember correctly. And you just said, I am not leaving this room, this office, this place. Every week you just committed, you blocked out time to building the systems and checklists, and year after year, week after week, you whittled away at it. It's like you were carving a perfect business sculpture, and then bam, there it is. And it was pretty awesome how quickly you went from where you were to where you wanted to be. Could you talk about just the discipline of locking yourself in a room and building checklists and systems and scripts and all the things that allowed you to scale?
Yeah, I mean that's discipline right there, Clay. You know, I think that's the thing that separates very successful entrepreneurs from the average and the ordinary entrepreneurs. Both of them are good. Both of them are great. Both of them are basically building businesses. However, when you get somebody that is definitely more locked in and focused on building everything that the business needs so that it doesn't depend on the owner and the founder, then that is a completely different business. That business model looks completely different. And I think you'd agree with this, but because we've looked at a bunch of different businesses, but man, if you look at a business model that's been built and developed by a owner and a founder who doesn't have to be in the business, that business looks completely different than the guy who is working in the business 18 hours a day, always has to be the guy that's being called on when there's a burning fire. Everybody has to go to him for the answer to how to do this, that, or the other, or what are we going to do today? You know, I mean, it's just that they're two totally different lifestyles. They're two totally different intentions, and they're two totally different businesses. And I tell you, man, I wouldn't have it any other way. And so when I hooked up with you and your team, I was, you know, a little overwhelmed to begin with, and I think most people are. But if you can stick with it and you can put your head down and you can see the big picture of like what kind of freedom this is going to create for you, what kind of wealth this is going to create for you and your family, all the things that you dream of that you want to do, all those goals that you write down every single day and say, I want to do this, or I'm going to hit this, or I'm going to, whatever the case may be, whatever your goals may be, you're not going to attain those goals unless you sit down and have a business that can run without you. And so, yeah, it was a little daunting at first. But if you can keep your eye on that prize and you see the big picture, which I did, then yeah, the next thing you know, you have a business that runs without you.
I'm going to read a notable quotable to you from a guy named Eric Ries. He's the author of a book called The Lean Startup. I'll pull up the book cover so people can look at it. It's called The Lean Startup. There it is, The Lean Startup. Look at it, folks. Blue cover. Behold this book. And in this big, beautiful book, what he talks about is he says here, I've learned from both my own successes and failures and those of many others that it's the boring stuff that matters most. Startup success is not a consequence of good genes or being in the right place at the right time. Startup success can be engineered by following the right processes, which means it can be learned and it can be taught. He goes on to talk about the boring stuff that matters most. Another way to look at it is I found that with great entrepreneurs, Gabe, they really bore down while the rest of the world struggles with boredom. Let me try that again. I have found that some of the greatest entrepreneurs I've ever met, they bore down while the rest of the world struggles with boredom. And I want to celebrate a handful of clients that are doing just that for a second. They're boring down. So you type in Joplin Gyms. You type in Joplin Gyms into Google. Look at my client, Charles Kolaw. This guy is boring down on getting videos, images, search engine, more Google reviews. Look at him. He's got 13,000 reviews. His closest competitor has 28 or 289. He has 13,000 objective Google reviews. His closest competitor has 289. Look at that. He's just boring down. Fitness, fitness, fitness. This guy is obsessed with wowing customers, wowing customers, wowing customers. This is what he does all day. Does he have new ideas? Yes, but he kills the new ideas and he focuses on doing the boring stuff over and over. Oxyfresh.com. I've had the pleasure of working with these guys for 15 plus years. They have 338,000 objective Google reviews. God knows how many customers they've worked with. These guys are killing the game. and they have over 500 locations. They've just been focusing on the boring stuff over and over. And then a company I've built, DJConnection.com. I was obsessed with wowing America's brides, building the best entertainment experience possible. Before I sold the company, we were doing nearly 5,000 weddings a year. Another company that I built and sold, again, that was a company I ran for 10 years. EpicPhotos.com. I don't own it anymore, but all we did was obsessed on wowing the brides. Now as a company, the company's booming. Before I sold the company, we were one of the largest wedding photography companies in the area. I focused on the boring stuff for a decade. That's what I focused on. Another example, 16 years into it right now, we're still cutting men's hair. Gabe, all I'm doing is obsessively wowing the customer and doing the boring stuff over and over. I'm going to give you the final word because somebody out there says, you know, I want to team up with Gabe. I mean, his boring stuff sounds like an exciting life. Well, I kind of want to have an exciting life in a boring business. Can you talk about this for somebody out there that wants to team up with you and they want to have an exciting life by running a boring business? So let's talk about how people can team up with you.
Man, it's super simple, man. You just check out our website at windowninjas.com, click on that little franchising button, and take a look at what we got to offer. I mean, it's an amazing business. It's in high demand. The home services industry is one of the fastest, if not the fastest growing segment of this industry in the United States right now. And it is absolutely amazing. I have people call us every single day looking to get into this business. They want to know how they can do it. And I always ask, why do you want to do it? And it all comes back to the same thing. Everybody seems to want the same thing, Clay. It's time freedom and financial freedom. And they just want a proven path that they can follow so they can get to that successful vision that they have in their head. And yeah, man, it's an exciting business, but it's also a boring business. There's a lot of boring businesses out there in the United States today. And you know what? They're there for a reason. They're there because somebody has built the systems and the processes that it needed so that somebody can basically come in, run the business, and not have the business be dependent upon them. And that's something that's super key. If your followers are going to pay attention to something key today, man, listen, the business doesn't need you. And when you get to that point, that's when you know you're winning. Because when that business doesn't need you, it's lonely. But it's a good lonely.
Amen to that. And again, folks, if you want to team up with a proven winner, a client that I've had the opportunity to work with for years and years, a guy that I can tell you, I feel very good about his character, his work ethic, and his systems. It's windowninjas.com, windowninjas.com. Gabe Salinas, we really do appreciate you. I hope you have a great 4th, and we'll talk to you soon.
You too, Clay. Thanks, man.
Bye, man. Are you looking to start or grow a super successful business? Join Eric Trump, the New York Times bestselling author of The Carnivore Diet, Sean Baker. Join hundreds of real business owner client success stories at the highest rated business conference in America. Join Mel Kay, Pastor Jackson Lawmeyer, Julie Green, Amanda Grace, Pastor Dave Scarlett, and myself in Tulsa, Oklahoma, November 5th and 6th. Attend the most real, the most authentic, the highest rated, and most reviewed Ultimate Business Growth Workshop. During this 2-day interactive business workshop, you're going to learn everything you need to know to make your business grow. Learn how to generate more sales. Learn how to produce additional high-quality inbound leads. Learn how to create repeatable systems. Learn how to build a successful business. And learn how to do it now. If you've ever wanted to learn how to start and grow a super successful company, this is the event for you. At our 2-day interactive business workshop, we will teach you specifically every step that you need to take to start and grow a super successful company. We will teach you specifically how to get to the top of the Google search engine results, how to dominate artificial intelligence search results, how to market via social media, how to generate more leads, and how to get in front of your ideal and likely buyers. We're going to teach you the step-by-step processes that you need to learn in order to hire, inspire, train, and retain high-quality employees and teammates. We're going to teach you specifically what you need to learn to manage a team of people. We're going to teach you how to manage your finances, how to look at the numbers, and to figure out the specific steps that you need to take to create a time freedom and financial freedom producing business. At the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, we've been teaching entrepreneurs everything they need to know to start and grow a successful company since 2005. In fact, at our 2-day interactive business workshops, we're going to teach you marketing, systems, and scaling, human resources, accounting, social media marketing, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and so much more. You can learn more and request tickets today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com. Yes, you can request tickets today simply by going to thrivetimeshow.com. That's the website. Join Eric Trump, myself, and Team America live and in person at the Thrivetime Show 2-day interactive business workshop, November 5th and 6th in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
My name is Kevin Thomas, and the name of our company is MultiClean. We are a commercial janitorial service, and we serve the entire state of Oklahoma and Kansas and soon to be Arkansas. We have probably grown probably 5 times. We've added, I think when we first started with you, we had 60 to 65 employees. And now we have a little over 300 employees. Before we got involved with Thrivetime, we didn't really have any systems or processes in place. So I've probably been to, in 6-7 years, I've probably been to 12 to 13 business conferences. And amazingly, each time I go, I learn something new, and I'm so excited to bring it back and show the team about marketing and how to implement.
Okay, Aaron Antis, November 5th and 6th. Guess who's coming back to Tulsa? I will give you a hint. His first name is Eric, and his last name is Trump. Whoa. And his father is the 47th president of these United States. Yes, Eric Trump is joining us once again here September 25th and 26th in Tulsa, Oklahoma for the 2-day interactive Thrivetime Show Business Growth Workshop. But Eric Trump is bringing friends. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Grace will be in the place. Dr. Stella Emanuel will be here in T-Town in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Julie Green will be on the scene. Mel K will be here to say hey. Dave Scarlett from the His Glory team will be here. It's going to be a blasty blast right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. If you want to start or grow a super successful company, if you want to make your wallet great again or make your wallet great for the first time, if you want to learn marketing, systems, scaling, human resources, accounting, social media, branding, search engine optimization, sales training, financial management, and more, get your tickets right now at thrivetimeshow.com. Once again, that's thrivetimeshow.com.
Hey, I'm Ryan Wimpy. I'm originally from Tulsa, born and raised here. I've definitely learned a lot about life design and making sure the business serves you. The linear workflow for us and getting everything out on paper and documented is really important. Like we have workflows that are kind of all over the place, so having linear workflow and seeing that mapped out on multiple different boards is pretty awesome. That's really helpful for me. The atmosphere here is awesome. I definitely just stared at the walls, figuring out how to make my facility look like this place. This place rocks. It's invigorating. The walls are super, it's just very cool. The atmosphere is cool. The people are nice. It's a pretty cool place to be. Very good learning atmosphere. I literally want to model it and steal everything that's here at this facility and basically create it just on our business side. Play is hilarious. I literally laughed so hard that I started having tears yesterday. And we've been learning a lot, which, we've been sitting here, we've been learning a lot, and so the humor definitely helps. It breaks it up. But the content is awesome, off the charts, and it's very interactive. You can raise your hand. It's not like you're just listening to the professor speak, The wizard teaches, but the wizard interacts and he takes questions, so that's awesome. If you're not attending the conference, you're missing about 3/4 to half of your life. You're definitely... It's probably worth a couple $1,000s. So you're missing the thought process of someone that's already started like 9 profitable businesses. So not only is it a lot of good information, but just getting in the thought.
Clay Clark is here somewhere. Where's my buddy Clay? Clay's the greatest. I met his goats today. I met his dogs. I met his chickens. I saw his compound. He's like the greatest guy.
I ran from his goats, his chickens, his dogs.
So this guy's like the greatest marketer you've ever seen, right? His entire life, Clay Clark, his entire life is marketing.
Well, people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. There's not 50 employees. The Trump organization, again, most people don't know this, but the Trump organization has thousands of employees. And while Donald J. Trump was the 45th president of these United States, he needed a competent man to run and execute his business plans. Showtime! So the man that runs the Trump organization for Donald J. Trump, as he was the 45th president of the United States and now the 47th president of the United States, is Eric Trump. And so Eric Trump is here to talk about time management, promoting from within, marketing, branding, quality control, sales systems, workflow design, workflow mapping, how to build. I mean, everything that you see, the Trump hotels, the Trump golf courses, all their products, the man who manages billions of dollars of real estate and thousands of employees is here to teach us how to do it.
You are talking about one of the greatest brands on the planet from a business standpoint.
Right.
I mean, who else has been able to create a brand like the Trump brand? I mean, look at it. And this is the man behind the business for the last pretty much since 2015. He's been the man behind it. So you're talking, we're into 9 going into 10 years of him running it, and we get to tap into that knowledge. That's going to be amazing.
Now, think about this for a second.
But that Clay Clark, man, he is one character.
It's a good word for him, character. Yeah, that is it.
Good, driven, smart. And I've never met a guy who was so hyper all the time. He's doing so much good. And then I met his mother, and she just says, she just lets him be Clay Clark. I mean, so he's endorsed by his mother, and he's doing magnificent work. So it was great meeting you out there and all the people that he surrounds himself with. Clay Clark starts his days at 5 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, it's incredible. Yeah, he's a machine. He's a machine.
Yeah. But I have problems with my company starting at 9 o'clock. Yes, hundreds of people showing up at 5 a.m. in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Man, he's a leader of a leader. He's a fantastic young man.
No, he is.
The lineup continues to grow, and this is how we do our tickets here at the Thrivetime Show. If you want to get a VIP ticket, you can absolutely do it. It's $500 for a VIP ticket. We've always done it that way. Now, if you want to take a general admission ticket, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. And the reason why I do that, and the reason why we do that is because we want to make our events affordable for everybody. I grew up without money. I totally understand what it's like to be in a tight spot. So if you want to attend, it's $250 or whatever price you want to pay. That's how I do it. And it's $500 for a VIP ticket. Now, we only have limited seating here. With the most people we've ever had in this building was for the Jim Brewer presentation. Jim Brewer came here, the legendary comedian Jim Brewer came to Tulsa. And we had
718 people. 718 people.
And I thought to myself, there's no more room. I felt kind of bad that a couple people had VIP seats in the men's restroom. Oh, no, I'm just kidding. But I thought, you know what? We should probably add on. So again, if you want to get tickets for this event, all you have to do is go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go to thrivetimeshow.com. When you go to thrivetimeshow.com, you'll go there, you'll request a ticket, boom. Or if you want to text me, if you want a little bit faster service, you say, I want you to call me right now. Just text my number. It's my cell phone number, my personal cell phone number. We'll keep that private between you, me, everybody. We'll keep that private. In anybody. Don't share that with anybody except for everybody. That's my private cell phone number. It's 918-851-0102. 918-851-0102. I know we have a lot of Spanish-speaking people that attend these conferences, and to be bilingually sensitive, my cell phone number is 918-851-0102.
That is not actually bilingual. That's just saying Juan for a one. It's not the same thing.
I think you're attacking me. Now, let's talk about this. Now, what kind of stuff will you learn at the Thrivetime Show workshop? So, Aaron, you've been to many of these over the past 7-8 years. So let's talk about it. I'll tee up the thing, and then you tell me what you're going to learn here, okay?
Okay. Yeah.
You're going to learn marketing and branding. What are we going to learn about marketing and branding?
Oh, yeah. We're going to dive into, so many people say, I got to get my brand known out there, like the Trump brand, right? You want to get that brand brand out there. It's like, how do I actually make people know what my business is and make it a household name? You're going to learn some intricacies of how you can do that.
You're going to learn sales. So many people struggle to sell something. This just in, your business will go to hell if you can't sell. So we're going to teach you sales. We're going to teach you search engine optimization, how to come up top in the search engine results. We're going to teach you how to manage people. Aaron, you have managed, no exaggeration, hundreds of people throughout your career and thousands of contractors. And most people struggle with managing people. Why does everybody have to learn how to manage people?
Well, because first of all, you either have great people or you have people who suck. And so it can be a challenge. Learning how to work with a large group of people and get everybody pulling in the same direction can be a challenge. But if you have the right systems, you have the right processes, and you're really good at selecting great ones, and we have a process we teach about how to find great people. When you start with the people who have a great attitude, they're teachable, they're driven, all of those things, then you can get those people all pulling in the same direction.
So we're going to teach you branding, marketing, sales, search engine optimization. We're going to teach you accounting. We're going to teach you personal finance, how to manage your finance. We're going to teach you time management. How do you manage your time? How do you get more done during a typical day? How do you build an organization if you're not organized? How do you do organization? How do you build an org chart? Everything that you need to know to start and grow a business will be taught during this 2-day interactive business workshop. Now, let me tell you how the format is set up here. And again, folks, this is a 2-day interactive 15. Think about this, folks. It's 2 days. Each day it starts at 7 a.m. and it goes until 5 p.m. So from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., 2 days. It's a 2-day interactive workshop. The way we do it is we do a 30-minute teaching session, and then we break for 15 minutes for a question and answer session. So, Aaron, what kind of great stuff happens during that 15-minute question and answer session after every teaching session?
I actually think it's the best part about the workshops, because here's what happens. I've been to lots of these things over the years. I've paid many thousands of dollars to go to them. And you go in there and they talk in vague generalities, and they're constantly upselling you for something, trying to get you to buy this thing or that thing or this program or this membership. And you leave not getting your very specific questions answered about your business or your employees or what you're doing on your marketing. And what's awesome about this is we literally answer every single question that any person asks, and it's very specific to what your business is.
And what we do is we allow you as the attendee to write your questions on the whiteboard. And then we literally, as you mentioned, we answer every single question on the whiteboard. And then we take a 15-minute break to stretch and to make it entertaining when you're stretching. And this is a true story. When you get up and stretch, you'll be greeted by mariachis. There's going to probably be alpaca here, llamas, helicopter rides, a coffee bar, a snow cone. There's just...
You had a crocodile one time. That was pretty interesting.
I should write that down. And I can do that.
Sorry for that one guy that we lost.
The crocodile, we duct taped its face so that we duct taped.
No, it was a baby crocodile.
And it was duct tape.
Duct tape around the mouth so it didn't bite anybody. But it was really cool passing that thing around and
I should do that. We have a small petting zoo that will be assembled. It's going to be great. And then you're in the company of hundreds of entrepreneurs. So there's not a lot of people in America today. In fact, there's less than 10 million people today, according to U.S. Debt Clock, that identify as being self-employed. So if you have a country with 350 million people, that means you have less than 3% of our population that's even self-employed. So you only have 3 out of every 100 people in America that are self-employed to begin with. And when Inc. magazine reports that 96% of businesses fail by default, you have a 1 out of 1,000 chance of succeeding in the game of business. But yet the average client that you and I work with, we can typically double this. And this is no hyperbole, no exaggeration. And I have thousands of testimonials to back this up. We have thousands of testimonials to back it up. But when you work with a home builder, when I work with a business owner, we can typically double the size of the company within 24 months. Double. And you say double? Yeah, there's businesses that we have tripled. There's businesses we've grown 8x. There's so many examples you can see at thrivetimeshow.com. But again, this is the most interactive, best business workshop on the planet. This is objectively the highest rated and most reviewed business workshop on the planet.
I was looking to learn how to take my business, like they've said today, from being very successful to being systematic. I've got a very successful practice in 3 different cities, make good money. Just want to take it to the next level with systems and processes to where I can drive my cars more.
Paul Hood.
I have been a CPA for 33 years.
And what kind of growth have you and your great team had here over the past, let's say, 5-6 years?
For the last when I met you 5 years ago, we were doing 3 million. This year we'll do 24 million.
Whoa. And you say, Clay, I'm not going to get a ticket unless you give me more. Okay, fine. We're going to serve you the same meal both days. True story. We cater in the food, and because I keep it simple, I literally bring in the same food both days for lunch. It's Ted Escondido's, an incredible Mexican restaurant. That's going to happen. And if someone says, I want more, this is not enough.
Give me more.
Okay. I'm not going to mention their names right now because I'm working on it behind the scenes here. But we've got one guy who's given me a verbal to be here. And this is a guy who's one of the wealthiest people in Oklahoma. And nobody really knows who he is because he's built systems that are very utilitarian, that offer a lot of value. He's made a lot of money in it's where you rent. It's short term. It's where you're renting storage spaces. He's a storage space guy. He owns what do you call that? The rental,
a storage space.
Storage units. This guy owns storage units. He owns railroad cars. He owns a lot of assets that make money on a daily basis, but they're not like customer facing. Most people don't know who owns the mini storage facility, or most people don't know who owns the warehouse that's passively making money. Most people don't know who owns the railroad cars, but this guy, he's given me a verbal that he will be here, and we just continue to add more and more success stories. So if you're out there today and you want to change your life, you want to give yourself an incredible gift, you want a life-changing experience, you want to learn how to start and grow a company, go to thrivetimeshow.com. Go there right now, thrivetimeshow.com. Request a ticket for the 2-day interactive event.
Hey, how's it going? I'm Thomas Crossan, owner and founder of Full Package Media in Dallas, Texas. I've been a coaching client with Clay Clark since the beginning of our business. We started about a year ago, August of last year. I had no clients, no idea what we were doing, no clue really what was going on. And now we've grown to where we've got 6 photographers, we've got office space here. I have an admin, sales person that works for us full time, developing an online system. And a lot of that growth we attribute to Clay helping us. And there's so many things that his stuff is not, revolutionary. It's not this crazy walk on hot coals and all this stuff. It's just real stuff.
It's going to be a blasty blast. There's no upsells. Aaron, I could not be more excited about this event.
I think it is incredible. And there's somebody out there right now, you're watching and you're like, but I already signed up for this incredible other program called Smoke Your Way to Thin. You think that's going to change your life? I promise you this will be 10 times better than that.
Whoa. It's like I picked the wrong week to quit smoking.
Don't do the Smoke Your Way to Thin conference. I've tried it. Don't do it.
Yeah, chain smoking is not a viable. It is life-changing. It is life-changing. If you become a chain smoker, it is life-changing.
Not the best weight loss program, though.
Right. Really. So if you're looking to have life-changing results in a way that won't cause you to have a stoma, get your tickets at thrivetimeshow.com. Again, that's Aaron Antis. I'm Clay Clark, and reminding you and inviting you to come out to the 2-day interactive Thrive Time Show workshop right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I promise you it will be a life-changing experience. We can't wait to see you right here in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Whoa. What kind of growth have you had since you and I have been working together over these past few years?
3.45 million. I got those stats before I got on here.
So you've grown by 3.45 million.
Yeah, 3,450,000.
Would that be like if you took the combined revenue, maybe doubled it? Have we gone up by
about almost 3, not quite.
Whoa.